Good morning students, you are again welcome to our grammar series. It is our 12th episode, and for your convenience each day I shall give you some assignments, and on the next day or in the next clip you can find the answers of them, so that don't bother about those. And you know that this is the assignment of yesterday, and today I am going to discuss. So every day you have to answer all the questions whatever I shall assign you, and the answers you will get the next day, but the very day you have to answer them, so that you will be well acquainted with all these things. Okay, let us now start from the very one. I saw him in the street. See, here saw is the verb, so object is him, and subject form of him is he. So as it is in simple past, it will be he was seen in the street by me, or he was seen by me in the street. Come to the question number 2. They were not publishing any book. You know that it is in present progressive form, and we also learnt that wherever there is ing, we should add being. So in that case, here any book is the object, and the answer will be any book was, because it is singular. That is why we have to write was. Any book was not published, not being published. Any book was not being published by them. Then question number 3. The man did not follow the instructions. It is simple past in negative form. So the instructions will be subject, and it will be plural. So according to the number of the subject, we have to put the verb, the auxiliary verb. The instructions were not followed by the man. Okay. Again, to repeat the answer, the instructions were not followed by the man. Now let us come to question number 4. You can write English very well. Here English is the object, so it should be English can be. We know that after each modals we have to add be and verb 3 form. So it will be English can be written very well by you, or English can be written by you very well. Then the students learnt a lot from E-class. Here you can take this particular one as the object, or you can take the whole as the object. So in that case we can write that a lot was learnt by the students from E-class, or if you take the whole as an object, then a lot from E-class was learnt from the students. Even if someone writes a lot from E-class where, it will be correct. Why? Because we don't know what sort of number of the noun is determined here, whether singular or plural, number 1. Number 2, a lot means plural. So we have to know actually whether it is countable or uncountable. Suppose it is uncountable, you can put was. If it is countable, you can put where. So a lot of, suppose a lot of books, then it is where. A lot of water, then it is was. So both was and were, both are correct. Now question number 6. Madam advised all the students to remain silent. Here after the verb all the students, it is the object, so that is why all the students were advised to remain silent by madam, or all the students were advised by madam to remain silent. Question number 7. I could not understand the teaching. It is of modals, so that is why you know that you have to add be. So the teaching could not be understood by me. Then number 8. Ranjan had painted a picture. A picture had been painted by Ranjan, and all should possess innovative ideas. Here innovative ideas, it is the object. So in that case, innovative ideas should be possessed by all. Then my father may not allow me to see movie. Here verb is allow, so that is why after the verb me is there, so me will be the object. So what is the subject form of me? Then I, its answer will be I may not be allowed to see movie by my father, or I may not be allowed by my father to see movie. Okay? Then we shall continue today the yes no questions as well as the WH questions. So let us deal with today how to passivize a sentence if it is an interrogative or yes no questions. And earlier in the chapter direct and indirect, I have already told you what is a yes no questions. You know that the sentence of which the answer becomes either yes or no, that is the yes no question. It begins with an auxiliary or the modals, and at the end we should put a question mark, that is the yes no question. In that case, let us have some examples how to passivize the interrogative, basically yes no questions. Example number 1. Did you meet the principal? See, in that case, whenever any sentence that begins with any auxiliary verbs, then it is a yes no questions. And in that case, how to passivize it? Very simple. I shall tell you the simplest way. What is that? See, here you know that the principal is the object, because it lies after the verb, it remains after the verb, so that is why it is the object. First of all, let us write here the principal. Then, as it is in simple past, we know that in simple past, what are the auxiliary verbs used? Was or were? The principal, it should be in the other way. The principal was met, past participle form of meet is met by you. But see, we cannot put here a question mark. Why? Because we have put the auxiliary verb after the subject. So in that case, if just auxiliary verb is put before the subject, then it becomes the yes no question. How? We have to write here, this was should be omitted and it should be written here. It is the answer. See how easy it is. Was the principal met by you? So it will be very simpler if you learn the rule. What it is? Write active here and at the right hand margin it is passive. If any sentence that begins with do or does plus subject plus verb 1, it is the usual structure of simple present, basically of the interrogative sentence or yes no questions plus object. Then any sentence that begins with do or does, then we have to, when we have to passivize it, it begins with either is or am or are. Very simple. Then plus subject plus verb 3. This is the rule. Very simple. Mind it, remember it that whenever an active sentence begins with do or does, at that time it begins with is or am or are plus subject plus verb 3. In case of simple part, suppose the interrogative form is did plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. Then it begins with either was or were plus subject plus verb 3. Very easy. And see here, in case of did, we just completed one of the examples. See, Did you meet the principal? It should begin with either was or were. As the principal, our object is singular, that is why it began with was. Exactly, we have another example of do or does. Suppose does your mother cook biryani? See, very easy, because we know that whenever or any sentence that begin with does, then our passive will start from is, am or are. Then how it will be? Then we have to find out first the object. Suppose cook is the verb here, then biryani is the object. We have to write here biryani. And as our active sentence is an interrogative and it begins with does, exactly, it should also begin with another auxiliary verb. What will be the auxiliary verb? We know that as it is in simple present, so that is why it should begin either is, am or are. Biryani is singular form, that is why it should be is. You have to begin with a capital. Is biryani, then verb. Past participle is cooked, it is a regular verb. So, is biryani cooked? It is the subject by your mother. These are the steps you have to learn so that no problem will be there. In other cases, see, in case of simple present and simple past, sometimes students feel themselves puzzled to answer them. But as you learn the formula, there will be no problem. In other cases, it is so easy. Let us have the examples. Suppose it begins with have. Then auxiliary verb is already present here and there is no, you need not change them. No need of changing all these things. See, have you finished your homework? See, we have to see here, it is in present perfect form. So that is why we have to now find out the object, your homework. So we have to write here your homework. And as we know that it is singular, instead of have, we should not write here have, because it is singular, it should be has. So beforehand we have to write here have, because it is an interrogative sentence and our passive must be an interrogative sentence. In that case, it should be has your homework. Then whenever the perfect form is there, we have to add here been. So been should be written here. Sometimes some of the students, they write in an incorrect way or wrong method. Has been your homework? No. The first auxiliary verb will be before the subject and the second one should be after the subject. So, has your homework been? Then finished by you. That's all. You have to just put the formula. We know that in perfect form we have to add been. In case of ing form, we have to add being, being. The same method, the same formula we have to put and to find out the answers. Okay? Then comes WH questions. Let us now for WH questions. See, now we have to deal with WH questions. I have also already told you what is a WH question. It has been taught to you in the previous chapter, direct and indirect. So WH question begins with the WH formed words. Those are the what, where, how, etc. And it is also very easy to just convert an active into passive. See, for example, When are you reading this book? Very easy. First of all, for a simpler method, be attentive. What it is? Suppose it begins with when. No problem. We have to put it in a round. Then, what is the are you reading this book? We learned about how to pacify an interrogative or a yes no question. So here it is a yes no, it becomes a yes no question. How it is? Are you reading a book? This book. Then this book is our object. We have to write here this book. Then it should be this book. It becomes singular. So is, but is should be written here. Is this book read by you? But one thing, listen, as it is in ing form, we have to write here being. Being. So, is this book being read by you? Then we have to just lift it down. Let us take it down. Answer is, when is this book being read by you? Very easy. For your convenience, let us have another example. Where have you kept my mobile? In that case, you know that my mobile is the object. We have to write here my mobile. Then we have to know about the tense. It is imperfect. So have means have been, but as it becomes singular, it should be has. And we should put it beforehand because it is a question. So has my mobile, then been. Has my mobile been kept? Then this is the subject, it will turn as object, kept by you. But the real answer will be, we have to just let it down here, where. So what will be the answer? Very easy. Where has my mobile been kept by you? So easy. But in case of who, let you learn a little so that you will be not in a puzzle or perplexment in order to answer them. See, in case of who, a little variation is there. How? Let you know. For example, suppose who has stolen the watch or mobile or laptop, whatever that is. Here, who acts as subject, and this is the auxiliary verb, you know, and this is the verb, and this is the object. In that case, as we have learned the method that object should be subject, subject should be object, verb should be put in its past participle form, then we have to turn it object the watch, and the tense form, that is in present perfect, it should be has been. The watch has been stolen by the object form of who is whom. But this is not the answer, it is wrong. Why? Because the sentence begins with the subject and the verbs are put after the subject. If verbs are put after the subject, it may be colloquial. Colloquially we may use it, or in our conversational language, sometimes we may adjust by saying so, but it is not the right method. Because we cannot say, you are going where? Your name is what? Actually, in written English, it is very wrong. So the watch has been stolen by you. Instead of that, how can the answer be? By whom should be written first. Here we have to take by whom. Then we know that in a question form or in an interrogative sentence, the auxiliary verb must be written before the subject. So by whom, as the watch is the subject, the auxiliary verb we have, here we have to write has. Then as two auxiliary verbs are there, one should be written before the subject and another should be written after the subject. So has the watch then been. So by whom has the watch been stolen? This is the answer. But another appropriate answer is there. Now the grammarians consider that type of answer as the most appropriate. How it is? Because when we begin with an object, it is the object form. So that is why sometimes it becomes, some of the grammarians do not agree to it. So see here, how can it be? First of all, instead of writing by whom, we have to write here who only. Instead of writing by whom, we have to write here who. Then everything should be written who. Then what does it remain here? Has the watch been stolen? Who has the watch been stolen? Then the by should be written at the end. By. It is the most appropriate answer. What should be the answer here then? Who has the watch been stolen by? So, these are all the methods you have to adopt and to answer them. I shall give you some of the assignments you have to do today itself, so that while answering, while I shall give you the answer tomorrow or in my next class, then it will be easier for you to revise them and to know how far you have made them correct. Okay? Okay, these are the 10 questions and they are based on what it was taught to you. Try to follow the rules, make a fair note each day, and it will help you in each and every aspect at the time of writing the answers, basically of book 3, the writing patterns, even the answers from project poetry, and even writing the essay, making notes, making summary, etc. and writing the reports. Everywhere else, these are all needed. So be serious to learn all these things. Thank you all. This is all for today. Meet me in my next class.